name is Paige Cornell, and I'm currently studying sport and exercise psychology at the University of New England. The aim of this presentation is to provide you with an understanding of sport and exercise psychology, focusing on the topic of motivation. You may not even be aware that there is a field of psychology dedicated to sport and exercise. However, by the end of this presentation, I hope to have provided you with enough information for you to understand its importance and its relevance in today's society. Motivation continues to be studied at large within this field and is considered to be vital to sport and exercise as well as athletes' performance. By definition, motivation is the direction and the intensity of one's effort. In general terms, the direction of one's effort could be the motivation to go to training each week. The intensity of one's effort could be the amount of effort one puts in whilst they're at training each week. Motivation can be influenced by a variety of factors. However, today I'm going to be speaking on intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. Intrinsic motivation is fueled by internal factors. For example, you may play a sport purely because you find it interesting and enjoyable. On the other hand, extrinsic factors are fueled by external factors. For example, material rewards, social aspects, or simply to avoid punishment. The self-determination theory is a theory central to motivation. This theory suggests that there are three psychological needs: competence, autonomy, and relatedness, that influence intrinsic motivation. If you think about it, if you were considering joining a new club and you felt competent, in control, and as though you may relate to others or belong, that's pretty powerful, and I bet you'd be pretty motivated to go ahead and join the club. As you'd be going there purely because you wanted to as well, you'd go there more regularly, expend more effort while you're there, and go there for longer periods of time. On the other hand, extrinsic motivations are only as powerful as your perceivable reward. For example, let's say that your exercise motivations were purely extrinsic and you signed up for a fun run because it had a reward of $50 once completed. However, on the same day, your friend has asked you to participate in a research project that included just a survey and you got a reward of $100. I think we both know which option you'd take. Extrinsic motivation can also decrease intrinsic motivation. For example, you may really enjoy playing netball over a weekend, but you seem to get in a lot of trouble if you ever miss training or miss a game. The motivation to go to each game and each training session may turn into the extrinsic motivation of avoiding the punishment rather than going purely for the enjoyment of the game. Another example could be that you started playing netball because you enjoyed it, and then after a while you got really good, so you started to be paid for every game that you played. If that payment gets taken away, you probably won't enjoy playing the game as much as you did before you started getting paid for it. One really important thing to note is that not all motivators are the same for everyone. Some people may just naturally be more intrinsically motivated and some more extrinsically motivated. For some, it could be that winning the grand final and holding that trophy and that material reward is more valuable than anything else. On the other hand, some people may believe that being involved in the decision-making process of a play within a game is really valuable and that makes them want to play 10 times better. One of the roles as a sport and exercise psychologist is to assist coaches and trainers to understand those individual motivators and to develop strategies to enhance all the athlete's performance. It could be an individual athlete or it could be a whole team strategy, but it needs to be understood that different situations can work for different people. Although motivation is quite small in the scheme of sport and exercise psychology as a whole, it is still very important. It is important to keep the fun and enjoyment in sports. However, it's also important to increase and enhance their performance so success is reached, and therefore continuing the cycle of enjoying the sport and continuing success as well. Without motivation, there is no drive for the medals or the next personal best. Strategies such as new training regimes or setting really clear goals are good performance enhancers in terms of motivation for individuals. I hope throughout this presentation you've obtained a good understanding of why sport and exercise psychology, and motivation in particular, is so important to athletes and the sport and exercising community.